What's happening, everybody? Your boy Farley here to do a music collection update and also like a mini concert review because I picked up 3 albums at the concert. So I'm going to start with the concert and then I'll move into the 2 CDs I picked up. So last night I had the chance to go see GWAR. Were the headliners. Openers were Against the Grain. Yeah. Toxic Holocaust and Sacred Reich. A fantastic concert. But before I get started, I got to tell you, for Toxic Holocaust, it was one of the best pits I've seen in a long time. It was very unexpected because me and my buddy that was there, Tom, we wanted to work our way up front for GWAR because I've never been to a GWAR concert. He's been. And so he's, trying to get me up close so that when GWAR comes on, I'll be part of the action that occurs at the GWAR concert. And so during Toxic Holocaust, I actually got pushed out into the pit and kind of backwards. And Tom did too, my buddy. And he's diabetic. He's got a diabetic sensor and a pump and all this stuff. Man, it was crazy. But I actually ended up getting my ankle twisted, and it didn't hurt as much, at first. So, I moved away from the pit and finished watching Toxic Holocaust. In between, while they were setting up for Sacred Reich, I went outside and sat down and rested my ankle, and did pretty good during Sacred Reich. And then, luckily, we got kind of close, maybe about 6 rows back, when GWAR came out, and I lasted probably less than a minute. When they came on, they had some introduction stuff on a video screen and some things, and then this guy comes out, one of the characters. They cut his head off and blood shoots, and it shoots, my face, my shirt, and everything. But at the same time, there's a stage rush, and my dang foot got caught again. And so I spent all but 1 minute probably of GWAR having to lean up against a wall and then sit down at some point. And my ankle's swollen today, and I had to go to work and I was limping. And so I already realized I'm too old for the pit, but now I have to realize I'm too old to be near the pit. So those days is over, man. But heck of a great time. All the bands sounded great. I'm going to tell you this. Toxic Holocaust was the best sounding of the 4. I have not really been exposed to a lot of Toxic Holocaust, maybe 1 or 2 songs, and it's been a long time since I listened to them. And I didn't even know till the day of the concert they were going to be there. And man, they were really good live. They're up there with Havoc, as kind of like the cream of the crop with the new wave of retro thrash, and really, really enjoyed it. All the bands sounded good. I'll start out Against the Grain. This is an album from, I think, 2015. This is out of print, but they were selling them, and I talked to one of the band members for a little bit and got the band to sign this. This is called Road Warriors. Man, they are kind of in the same vein as the Zigzags, that mix of punk and metal, but also they throw in like just Detroit blues-driven rock in there as well. So, man, it was really, really cool. I went and talked to the guy at the merch table before they started, and asked him what they sounded like. And he says, like blues-driven rock. And I was like, that's going to sound weird at this concert. But, man, it didn't. So, and they even did a Motorhead cover of Stay Clean. And, yeah, one of the better opening bands I've seen in a while. So Against the Grain, they've got a newer album out. But this is a limited edition reissue of this album they put out. Looks like they did 5,000 and I've got 192. I've never seen the number on the inner sleeve before. And it's on red vinyl. So yeah, man, if you like Motorhead, Zigzags, metal stoner punk mixed all up together, you would really like Against the Grain. So check them out. All right. So they did great, and then next up was Toxic Holocaust. And they have a new album. This actually hasn't even hit the stores yet. They are doing a pre-sale. The album drops October 4th, but it's called Primal Future 2019. So I picked this up. Now, this was supposed to be signed, but the band ended up doing some interview that went on too long. And so I didn't want to stay around after the show to see about getting this signed. So it is unsigned. But I played a couple of tunes off here. Man, it sounds really, really good. So if you like extreme thrash, this is a band that I would highly recommend. It's got an inner lyrics, and this feels like 180 gram vinyl. And we just got the biohazard stickers. So, man, really, really good live band. This was a great mix of bands, I thought. So there's that. And then Sacred Reich came on. And I did get their new album. I've been waiting. I wanted to pick an album up and get it signed, and I didn't want to carry it around. So I ended up getting this signed by the band. This is their new one, Awakenings, came out this year. And they sounded great. It's the second time I've seen them in the span of a year or so. So just really, I love Sacred Reich. This album is growing on me. I really didn't know what to think at first. There's some filler on here, but I think it'll be probably ranked ahead of Heal, but after every other album, including like Independent and everything. But that could change, man. I like to listen to it and give it a chance to grow. And I don't know, did I show the inner? So right now they got two of the original members of the band. The drummer is not an original member, but he played on, I think, Independent and Heal. He's Machine Head. And this is on really, really cool. You can see that. White with like black splatter. And, hold on real quick. Alright. So I thought that was really, really cool, man. And I don't know if this is 180, but it's a heavier than a normal record, so stoked to finally get that. Everybody's been asking me if I have it, so now, like I say, I have it. And then they sounded great. They did 4 songs off of here. They did Awakening, Divide, Conquer, Salvation, and Manifest Reality. The first 4 songs. I wanted to hear Killing Machine. They actually had a T-shirt for Killing Machine, but they didn't play it live. But anyway, just second time I've heard them, and both times just really, really enjoyed it. When I saw them last time, they played, 4 or 5 songs off of the first 2 albums. No, probably more than that. Probably about 7. And they're really pushing this new album, so they did the 4 songs off here, and maybe like 4 or 5 songs off. They did Independent, and then everything else was off. Well, the first 2 albums plus Surf Nicaragua. So, but like I say, very, very enjoyable. And then finally, the headliners, GWAR. I can't say a whole lot. It sounded good. I didn't get to see a whole lot. Like I say, I got spurted with some blood in the first minute, and then just spent the rest of it either against the wall or on the floor, man, because my ankle just kept swelling. So anyway, I hate it that I missed it, but to be honest with you, I've always kicked myself for missing seeing them live with Odorous. And so, I mean, it's cool to see them now and to hear them play live. But It's almost like it's not really them. I don't know. It's hard for me with Otis not being in there. But I can say I've seen GWAR, but I did not get the full effect, the full audience participation. Just a little bit of blood. And then finally, a couple CDs. I finally picked up Crash Delusion by Slayer. Nothing fancy about this reissue. There's no bonus tracks in the thing. But my favorite song off of here is Colt. God, I love that song. So I think everybody's pretty familiar with that one. And then finally, Testament, Dark Roots of Thrush. Oh, Dark Roots of Thrush. Dark Roots of Earth. Dark Roots of Thrush. I don't know why my brain is scattered tonight, but anyway. Yeah, glad to finally get this. Man, True American Hate. That blast beat in there in the chorus. Oh my gosh. Testament just went so much heavier, man, on this album and a few others. Just, Native Blood's good. True American Hate's my favorite. Dark Roots of Thrash. I don't know the last 4 or 5 songs. But, yeah, finally glad to pick this up. And that's it. So there is my concert review, music collection update, vinyl CDs. And if the GWAR tour comes around, I'd highly recommend it. If you've seen GWAR, but you haven't seen the other 3 bands, I'm telling you, it's worth it just to go see them as well. You know, I know a lot of people have gone out and seen GWAR just because it's kind of a big draw, you know, with what they do live at their concert. But man, those other 3 bands were so solid, man. Especially Toxic Holocaust. Just, you know, I don't know if it's not hearing them, you know, as much, but man, that place went crazy when they played. So, anyway, I'll shut up. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, as always. Let me know what you think about the album pickups, and we'll talk to you all soon. Still trying to get caught up on a lot of videos, man. It's been a crazy week, but I think now that the concert's over, I don't think there's a whole lot going on this week, plus Georgia football is in a bye week, so I'll have the weekend next week, so hopefully you can get caught up on everybody's videos. I do apologize for not being caught up, but I am trying. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.